So, Walmart's not the only business or company or corporation looking to make drastic changes in their business models, closing down stores, eliminating jobs, laying off employees, closing doors for good, and transitioning away and out of what was once the traditional business model of brick and mortar and customer satisfaction and ultimately risk, loss, high theft, and a magnitude of problems, no matter which way you look at it, and moving towards online business, marketing, advertising, utilizing their services in a variety of ways that could ultimately produce way more in terms of profitability while also reducing their risk and need for human employees, workers, and shoppers for that matter. Moving on to an age of selling digital ad space and existing in the meta as Walmart land, opposed to these expensive and dangerous locations that require constant surveillance, security, and are consistently making new headlines with new stores closing down left and right, leaving not only the shoppers and consumers in limbo wondering what they're going to do and where they're going to find their source for theoretically low price and affordable goods, food, chicken, eggs, milk, necessities, but also employees, workers, wondering, what do I do now? And folks, just to be 100% honest with you, just to be 100% transparent, I had a conversation today with yet another business owner here locally in my neck of the woods, Northwest Florida, the Emerald Gulf Coast. As tourist season kicks off, I don't even know what season is. Tourist season kicks off, and the traffic is already flowing in. The travelers are already here. Tourism is back. Spring break is upon us. Prices are going up. Shoppers are here. Consumers are ready to spend. And what are business owners telling me? They're telling me, I'm looking to transition my business and move online. I'm looking to transition my business and find ways to be able to sell products digitally. I'm looking to figure out which cryptocurrency I'm going to align myself with and what am I going to accept as I prepare myself for what Jerome Powell says is not very far away, rapidly approaching central bank digital currency, the end of the dollar as we once knew it. Fiat paper currency is over with and done, and we're moving on to e-dollars, digital dollars, CBDCs, and if you're lucky, cryptocurrency, unless the government puts the kibosh on decentralized cryptocurrency and then puts all of the money in-house under their control, under their watchful eye, under Big Brother's control, security, interchangeability, trackability, traceability, taxability, reversibility, limitations put on you and I, law-abiding American citizens with rights, only to be controlled in a box, put there by the government, as they slowly work towards the ultimate goal of wiping out private banks and allowing us, the consumers, to have the ability and option to pick and choose and have a choice in what we want, and only be forced to accept what is given to us, what is forced onto us as CBDC, the central bank digital currency, is it. And spoiler alert, based on what I'm seeing and hearing, rollouts from other countries, other pilot programs, Nigeria standing out the most with how their society is basically in the middle of a full revolt, as the government has basically screwed them over, turned their backs on them, and has left them out high and dry. What will happen here? What will happen in America? What will happen in the U.S.? Will we see it under the current administration, under Mr. Biden's command, our fearless leader, commander-in-chief? Will we potentially see it in 2024 under a new administration, or even see it under the existing administration as they undergo and undertake a second term? I mean, can things really get any worse? I mean, think about it. Today, we saw the collapse of a banking system as the FDIC stepped in and took control over Silicon Valley Bank. You guys have seen it. You've seen the headlines. You've seen the Economic Ninja videos and live streams about it all day long. Folks, is now the time to rush and run and get your money out of the bank? Or is now the time to think about the options and the future and prepare, much like these business owners are here, as we're having conversations and discussions about where is the money going and how do I align myself and my business to survive? Because at the end of the day, no matter what you pick, no matter what you choose, survival has to be at the forefront of your plan, your strategy. Otherwise, all your preparation will be all for naught. And for those who are not preparing, well, all I can say is odds are you're probably not watching this video, because this video is for those who are looking to prepare. And for those who are watching this video, who are actively seeking solutions, plans, strategies, and putting themselves and their families in the best position possible to sustain life and a future moving forward, please beware and keep an eye out for the wolves in sheep's clothing looking to take what you have, and those who have not used this time wisely and have basically just kind of, pissed away all the chances and opportunities they have, while the warning signs are clearly being shared, flashing red beacons, flashing lights, headlines. Just turn on any news publication, whether it doesn't matter what side it's coming from. The information's there. The only difference really is how they're going to spin it and who they're going to try to blame it on. But here, folks, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't play the blame game, because blame doesn't help me. I'm not looking to point fingers. I'm not looking to hope as a plan, because it's not. I'm looking to make sure that I'm not unnecessarily putting myself and my family and my businesses in a position to fail, to become reliant upon the government and hold our hand out and hope that they take care of us, and only be, begging for scraps as they set limitations and controls, restricting freedoms with the implementation of central bank digital currency, CBDC. Folks, diversity, security, and cash flow. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I feel as though not everyone has heard this, or at least is hearing me when I say it. It's more than just making more money and spending less than you make, and making sure that you have a sound budget, eliminating high interest debt, working towards saving and investing. This is coming down to the basic three pillars of diversity, security, and cash flow. I think Wu-Tang said it best on a Dave Chappelle episode. However, I digress, because what I want to do is, this diversity could come in the form of new businesses. This diversity could come in the form of new platforms besides YouTube, and perhaps maybe looking to Rumble or Truth Social, or a variety of other social media platforms where I can share this content and this information with you and stay connected with you guys, and continuously provide you with the news that matters to you most, the updates, and most importantly, the truth, helping you all prepare. However, that diversity could also look like converting and investing in gold. For instance, folks, please, free links down below in the description. Genesis Gold Group, get your free definitive gold guide now. Top experts are saying now is the time to be investing in physical gold and silver. I've diversified. I hope you guys are doing the same. I showed you guys a video just the other day. We were purchasing gold coins in Pensacola proper. We were there just the other day. Actually ran into a subscriber of Squirrel Tribe while we were purchasing gold. Really cool, really nice to meet folks and see them also diversifying in the flesh, putting your money where your mouth is, and doing what, in my opinion, is going to be best in comparison to sitting by idly, hoping, waiting, praying, banking on a miracle, perhaps even the government to come and swoop in, knock on the door and say, hey, it's the government, we're here to help. Because in all actuality, that would probably be the least likely statement that I would want to hear in time of need. I digress. Diversity, security, cash flow. This could be in the form of diversifying my businesses, diversifying my investments, diversifying my portfolio in general, with the primary concern being security, because I don't want to lose what I have. I don't want to lose what I'm trying to get. I don't want to lose what I have coming to me, and the cash flow is going to be huge, because if I'm a business owner, which I am, but I'm just saying rhetorically, as far as for argument's sake, metaphorically speaking, for those who are watching, if I'm a business owner and I'm looking towards the future, I want to make sure that my business is aligned with the ways of which I'm going to be able to produce cash flow, because cash flow is the life's blood of a business. You guys know that. And if you don't, then by all means, feel free to reach out, contact me. We can have these discussions. 2023 and beyond is not going to be a point in time where I say business is dead. Businesses are going to, as they are now, evolving, much like we can see it happening with mega retailers like Walmart, evolving, moving away from brick and mortar, more so online, and now even into selling digital products, specifically after having put you to work for free in these self-checkout scanning kiosks and terminals, but now also selling your personal data to the highest bidder, selling ad space on their website, selling the ability for third-party retailers and sellers to advertise on their websites and sell through the Walmart brand and utilize Walmart's distribution and expediting facility, warehouse distribution chain that they have built, rivaling Amazon, for which I think we could potentially see in the near future somewhat of either an intense battle between the two, or more likely a agreement, a merger, an acquisition perhaps, which then creates this uber mega conglomerate corporation. Somebody actually phrased it Walmazon. I don't know what they name it, but at the end of the day, these two giants are paying attention. They're reading the writing on the walls. They're actually writing some of this themselves, predicting their own futures and preparing for them, with the consumers at the center of this as they work to extract as much income from them as possible, while providing them with the very least amount of opportunity to earn said income, which is very interesting when you think about it, because as a retailer, you would think that you would want to empower the consumers to have the ability to purchase and buy from you. But no, I don't think that that's their plan. I think, for whatever it's worth, just my opinion, take it how you want it, I think that they're looking to find ways of minimizing their overhead operating and costs, which would then increase their overall profit margins, while looking to transition out of lower priced, affordable consumer products into a higher priced, higher income bracket, target market, target customer, target consumer, for which then their margins would return greater profit in dollars for each particular transaction and sale, as each particular transaction and sale would have a higher ticket price. Now, we're getting into business 101, maybe slightly advanced business here, but folks, this is what we need to be talking about. This is what you need to be focused on and paying attention to, because this is going to be the difference between you having the ability to maintain employment, have the ability to have income, and even dream of shopping at a place like Walmart, let alone having the ability to secure yourself, your finances, the future of you and your family's household balance sheets, and have the ability to invest. Although investing for beginners, but this investing is still a form of diversity, security, and cash flow, which is going to be of the utmost importance. Today is March, let's see here. Today is March 10th, 2023, and I find myself saying here more recently in videos, yeah, I covered that already in a previous video. Yeah, I've been talking about this since February of 2022 when I started this channel. And yeah, here we are. All of these things have come true. They have come to fruition, at least in some way, shape, or form, based on how I was anticipating and predicting based on my experiences, what I was seeing, the people I was talking to, and just basic business 101, folks. The banks, the analysts, the economists, the investors, Wall Street investors, stockbrokers, bankers, mortgage brokers, some very intelligent people in a variety of different spaces, markets, regions, locales around the country and around the world. And it wasn't really hard for me to piece this together to see where we would end up today. Well, with that being said, I hope that I don't find myself in this time, March 2024, saying the same thing, ultimately to an audience of viewers that didn't necessarily pay attention to what was going on, and or either chose to ignore what was happening, failed to prepare, and ultimately are in much far worse positions than they are now. And it doesn't have to be the case. But what does have to happen is a plan, a strategy. A goal is nothing more than a dream or a wish if you don't actually make something happen. And folks, I'm telling you guys right now, just from where I'm sitting, from what I'm seeing, the people I'm talking to, and my gut feeling is that this time next year, we're going to be in a deep recession, a depression, okay? We're already on the brink of a recession now. Inflation cannot be controlled. It's on the rise. Jobs are being lost. The average American, something like 50 plus 60%, doesn't have money in savings to cover a basic emergency, as we see levels of credit card usage hitting all-time highs. And literally, our country is being dug deeper into a financial hole on our own, in addition to those in power doing the same, the Fed, the central banks, then forcing the CBDC onto us, the central bank digital currency, trying to wipe out cryptocurrency with their SEC and XRP rulings, and, different banks seeing their demise and collapse. Folks, this is the calm before the storm. Before we even bring into account China, North Korea, Russia, and the possibility of the catastrophic fallout from an all-out war, World War III, WW3, and potentially seeing a draft enforced and executed here, forcing folks to then fight for this country, where then we will see quite possibly the biggest strain and biggest impact to our supply chains, far worse than the supply chain disruptions and shortages and food shortages and food insecurities that we experienced during the pandemic, as we are now actively engaged in combat against the enemy that literally has full control over us for the most part, because we are unfit as a nation to sustain our survival on our own without extreme amounts of import, and setting sanctions and tariffs on enemies and those that we would not consider allies, only for them to say, you know what, we don't care. And we don't need your money. The US dollar is no longer the world's reserve currency, and we have moved on to a new form of currency. We are embracing and adapting and utilizing cryptocurrency and decentralized currency, as well as our own central bank digital currency. Folks, Project Icebreaker. I highly encourage you guys, look that one up and check it out, because it is disturbing to say the least. And I hate to say it, but we are not the country that we once were. And There are some folks out there who are high level executives in positions of power that are making moves strategically, placing their pieces on the chessboard and arranging them for the ultimate checkmate. And for those who, again, choose not to pay attention to the warning signs, not heed the warning signs, and most importantly, not prepare, it may all be too late before too long. And at that point in time, then you're going to say, man, I wish I would have done it differently. I wish I would have done something. What do I do now? There's not much you're going to be able to do then. Like I said, we're going to see discounts. We're going to see liquidation. We're already experiencing liquidity crises within the banking system, collapses, the FDIC coming in and taking over, as they've already said that banks will collapse on a Friday. And here it is, Friday, March 10th, 2023. And what did we experience today? I'm not making this stuff up, folks. I'm only sharing it with you based on the facts, based on the real information, and hoping that you guys can utilize this in a way to help you and your family prepare for what's happening and what's coming. If you got any questions, by all means, feel free to reach out, connect, contact. My links are down below in the description. Until next time, you guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon.